Chapter 3: Feasts, Flavors, and Midnight Cravings. Eating Istanbul Alive. Welcome to Istanbul, the city that runs on caffeine, carbs, and pure culinary chaos. If Chapter 2 was about markets and madness, this one's about what happens when all that madness gets cooked, grilled, and drenched in butter. Because here, food isn't just food. It's identity, history, and flirtation all wrapped in flatbread. Forget dieting. Forget moderation. This is survival by flavor. Kebabs. The national obsession there are kebabs. And then there are Istanbul kebabs. Across the city, smoke billows from open grills like holy incense. The air smells of lamb fat, chili, and ancient satisfaction. Every region of Turkey claims its own masterpiece, and Istanbul's got them all on one menu. Adana kebab. Fiery, minced meat on skewers that hits like a spicy love affair. Urfa kebab, same idea, minus the heat, like Adana's calmer cousin who still packs a punch. Eskender kebab, thin slices of meat over bread, drowning in tomato sauce, yogurt, and melted butter poured at your table like liquid gold. Locals will tell you the secret's in the charcoal. They're wrong. It's in the attitude. Each kebab joint swears theirs is the real deal, and you'll believe it until the next one steals your loyalty. Street food. Fast, cheap, unapologetically addictive. You could live a lifetime in Istanbul and never sit down for a formal meal. Why would you when every street corner is a buffet? Start your morning with simit, the sesame-coated bread ring sold from red carts all over the city. Crunchy outside, soft inside, the edible handshake of Istanbul. By noon, it's balık ekmek time. Grilled fish stuffed into bread with onions and lemon, served by fishermen who could probably fillet a shark blindfolded. Eat it by the water at Emin Non, while dodging seagulls that think your lunch is communal property. Afternoon snack? Midi dolma, mussels stuffed with spiced rice, eaten standing up with a squeeze of lemon. No cutlery, no rules. Then maybe brek flaky pastry filled with cheese or spinach that's 70% butter and 30% happiness. Late at night, the streets change tone. Outcome: the kokorek grills, lamb intestines seasoned with herbs. Chopped, sizzling, slapped into bread, and devoured by people who promise to stop at 2 drinks. It's loud, messy, and glorious. Istanbul doesn't do quiet food. Meze and meyhane nights, eating like an Ottoman rock star. When locals want to slow things down, they don't just go out, they gather. The meyhane traditional tavern is an institution, equal parts dinner, therapy, and live concert. Tables overflow with meze, small plates meant for sharing, arguing, and lingering over. There's creamy hummus, smoky babaganak, tangy ez made of crushed tomatoes and peppers, and silky haydari yogurt dip with garlic that destroy any chance of romance but is absolutely worth it. And always, always a bottle of Rocky, the anise-flavored national spirit. It turns milky when mixed with water and transforms every conversation into philosophy. As the night deepens, musicians with ouds and clarinets start to play. Strangers join in, clapping, singing, maybe crying a little, because meyhane nights aren't about food. They're about feeling everything at once. Coffee and tea, Istanbul's liquid religion. In this city, caffeine isn't optional, it's sacred. Turkish coffee comes in tiny cups, thick enough to stand a spoon in. You don't drink it fast. You sip, you wait, you predict your destiny from the leftover grounds. Fortune-telling from coffee isn't superstition here. It's entertainment. Then there's Turkish black tea, poured into tulip-shaped glasses all day, everywhere. On ferries, in barbershops, in police stations. Someone somewhere is always brewing another pot. If you ever get offered tea, say yes. It's not hospitality, it's communication. Desserts that laugh at moderation. Turkey doesn't do light desserts, it does decadence with syrup. Baklava is the monarch, layers of pastry and pistachio soaked in sweetness until you question your life choices. But Istanbul's got range. Kanif, a cheese dessert that's crispy, gooey, and molten all at once. Sutlak, creamy rice pudding often baked until caramelized. Lokma, fried dough balls soaked in honey. Street vendors hand them out like blessings. And of course, dondurma, Turkish ice cream that refuses to melt and comes with a show. Vendors tease customers with acrobatic scoops, ringing bells, flipping cones until laughter replaces impatience. From sea to street, Istanbul's love affair with fish surrounded by the Bosphorus, the Golden Horn, and the Marmara Sea, Istanbul was destined to smell like salt and grilled fish. Every morning, fishermen line the Galata Bridge, their lines slicing the sunrise. Beneath them, restaurants serve sea bass, anchovies, and calamari so fresh they might still be plotting revenge. For the best of it, cross to Karaki or Kumkapi, where dinner means long tables by the water, plates of meze, and a soundtrack of clinking glasses and sea breeze. Midnight cravings and hidden corners. Istanbul doesn't sleep. It snacks. After midnight, food trucks and carts glow like beacons for the hungry and the tipsy. There's tantuni, shredded beef sautéed in chili oil, wrapped in laviz and inhaled before it hits the plate. There's Isluk burger, yes, wet burger, a garlicky, saucy bun steamed into soft perfection, sold from Taksim kiosks to anyone brave enough to keep partying after 3 a.m. And if you wander into Begiktaş Karks, you'll find students and night owls eating fried liver, mussels, or just sitting over tea until dawn. The rule? No judgment. Everyone's hungry for something. Rooftops and romance, dining with a view. As chaotic as Istanbul is at street level, it turns seductive once you climb a few floors. Rooftop restaurants crown the skyline, serving food that competes with the view and usually loses. Imagine grilled octopus, clinking glasses, and the call to prayer floating through warm night air. From Beyoğlu to Sultanahmet, every terrace has its own angle on eternity. Then there's Maiden's Tower, sitting on a tiny islet between continents, a restaurant, a symbol, and a reminder that Istanbul always saves a little magic for dessert. The flavor philosophy. Here's the thing. You can't understand Istanbul through sightseeing alone. You taste it. You bite into it. You let it stain your hands and maybe your shirt. Because this city's cuisine is the story of its soul. Ottoman grandeur, Anatolian spice, Balkan warmth, Middle Eastern perfume, all colliding on a single plate. Every meal here is a history lesson that forgot to be boring. Up next, Chapter 4, Nights on Fire. Istanbul after dark. When the plates clear and the lights dim, the city flips the switch. Rooftop beats, Mayhane songs, Bosphorus cruises, and the underground clubs only locals whisper about. Istanbul at night is pure electricity.